It's Kat here with the next in the Musing series. This week we're talking about how do I know if I'm on the right path. So here we go, and let's have a discussion about it. So this is a little bit like life purpose, the question of life purpose, because we're asking, how do we know if we're like on the right track? Now remember, we're always on the right track, but ultimately we're always going in the right direction. We'll get there. We're always learning as we go along, but we often want to know, is it this way or that way? Which way do I want to go? What way works for me? Now, I've been asked this question in two specific areas, with regards to career or job and with regards to relationship. I've also experienced this question myself with regards to where to live, and in terms of the house, and also in terms of an area or a part of the country. So this can be applied to anything really, but it's really about knowing, how do I feel my way along the path? How do I know when this is the most direct route, if you like, and which part of which decision is going to be best for me? So it's like how to move along that path. Okay, so what we're looking for essentially is what is most aligned with our true nature. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about now is, how do we know when we're most in harmony and in line with our true nature? So let's have a look at that. So our true nature feels effortless. Okay, and that is the key word for me. It feels effortless. It flows. It feels to be full of joy. It just is, it just oozes out of us. It feels simple. It feels like solution. It feels like relief. It feels like flow. Okay, so it doesn't mean we won't ever meet challenges. That's ridiculous. Of course we're going to meet challenges. But what it means is, when we do meet those challenges, solutions appear at the same time. We feel like we're able to navigate quite smoothly and quite easily. And even when we are challenged, we feel that these are challenges that we can meet, and they actually sometimes even excite us, because we feel like, I know how to solve this problem. I can move forwards with this. This is a good challenge to me, okay? So even when things are difficult, even when you reach a bit of pain or a bit of resistance or a bit of difficulty, it's not that you won't experience those things. It's just that the solutions come along as well, or you just feel like, I can deal with this and I can move forwards, and a solution will come up, or you'll just be able to navigate your way around it. So it's a real sense of flow, and whatever challenges you meet, you feel like you're able to meet them. So the challenges come with bearable solutions. That's also very important. So even if you get a challenge, you maybe have to go slightly around something. You might have to take a slight detour on this path, but the solution doesn't take you way out of your comfort zone to the point where it is painful or prolonged, there's a prolonged pain or prolonged difficulty. It doesn't take you into an area that you feel is not right for you. It doesn't go against that core sense of value and that core sense of what is rightness for you. The other thing that's really crucial with this is that when you're on your path, when you're in that flow, you can stay present in the here and now. You're not worrying about the past or the future. You can stay really, really present. You also feel really calm and intuitive, and you can really get into the vibe of it, and your mind and your heart and your energy all kind of synchronizes perfectly a lot of the time. Not all the time. Even if we're on the most perfect path for us, we're only human. So it's not going to be like bam, 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 on track perfectly 100% of the time. That's not realistic. But we experience a huge amount of this like exciting, synchronistic sort of flowing energy. So that's what we feel like when we're on the right path. But so let's talk about what it feels like when we're maybe not on the right path. when we're not on the right path, we're obviously on this path for a reason. We've chosen this path for a reason. It might be that we've just ended up there through a series of poor choices, or we thought it was right for us, or we thought what to do rather than felt with our core what to do. But essentially, we're in a situation. How do we know if it's the right path for us? How do we know when it's the wrong path for us? We know it's wrong because it feels hard. Now, it doesn't feel like a challenge, but it feels like it's draining at the core for a prolonged length of time. It's just like a huge internal no. It feels like you're forcing yourself. It feels to actually start to physically feel wrong in your body. It can make you feel drained. It can make you feel ill. It can make you feel compromised at the core. You know, it goes against who and what you feel you really are. It's draining, it's tiring, it makes you feel irritated, it makes you feel just crossways of the current. You don't feel like things flow. Any progress and positivity that you do get seems to have to be given so much effort. It feels like such a strain. You know, and you might make progress, you might make lots of money. You know, if it's a job, it might be that you're making loads of money, but it feels like draining at the core, and it feels like it's a compromise too far. It can also bring about a lot of fear. It feels fearful, it feels tight. It actually physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually feels like you're butting up against something. It feels like resistance, you know? It feels like such a strain, and often it feels like something that you can't quite push through, you know, because we do need to understand that sometimes when we meet a challenge on our path, we might not actually know initially, is this just a regular challenge on my path, or is this me trying to go in the wrong direction essentially? Is this my internal guidance system telling me don't go this way? So you may need to wait a moment, because you may find that you're going to meet a challenge, but then that beautiful solution comes in, or you find you're able to rise to that challenge. But the wrong path, you know, or when we're going against our right path, this challenge will not bring forward a solution. We'll feel like it's killing us inside essentially. So you may need to wait a little while, whatever feels right for you, but you will know inside when it has gone past that point. I've given it time, I've relaxed, I've done my spiritual practice, I've tried to allow this solution in, and do you know what? I'm just spiraling down, and it just feels harder and harder and harder. This is an indication that this isn't the easiest path for you. This isn't the most intuitive path for you to move forwards. The other thing with the going in the opposite direction, I've said the wrong path. Maybe I shouldn't have said the wrong path, because there are no wrong paths, but you know what I mean, don't you? So going against the grain, going against your easiest and simplest path can also feel really desperate. It feels really painful and desperate and urgent. Now, this kind of fits in perfectly with the way the dysfunctional ego works, because this is a crucial point. If you feel like stressed, urgent, you know, this, like, I must desperately move forwards, I must get this sorted now, and you've got that constant, like, I don't mean that little bit of excitement and that sense of flow in that regard. I mean that sort of painful desperation feeling, that, like, if I don't get it sorted, or if I don't move this forwards, or if I don't achieve this, I'm going to, you know, be in a really, really bad situation. This is an indication of the wrong path, or the wrong direction on the path. Now, I do want to just put in here, I mean, I wish I put this in every single video. Sometimes I forget, particularly with the musings. I want to always try and stress the fact that your internal guidance system is there for a reason. I do not know what is best for you. You know what is best for you by listening to that internal guidance system. Now, if you're watching this video, it might be that your internal guidance system has guided you to watch this so that you will listen to it. It might be that you just need that little reminder, or that you want somebody to give you that support to follow that internal guidance. But you must understand that your own internal guidance is the predominant decision-making system that I would recommend on every single occasion. You know, you do need to listen to that core stillness inside of you, and that is so important. So anything I've said here, you really do need to check in with that core self to decide whether it's right for you or not. Because some of us are going to respond differently to different situations and different levels of stress, if you like. So it has to be what is right for you, and that's how you will gauge. So when I'm talking about when you're going on the wrong path, when you feel desperate and like keyed up, some people, that's going to kick in a lot earlier than other people, depending on your personality as well, etc. So just use your common sense with it, of course, and also listen to your core. So essentially what I'm saying is, when you ask yourself, is this the right path for me? Ask yourself, does it feel like flow? Does it feel like love? Does it feel like joy? Okay, if it does, then this is an indication of the right path for you. If it feels tight, difficult, fearful, or like a strain, like a prolonged strain, then perhaps it's not the right course of action for you. It's not the right direction for you. So what are we going to do about this? Obviously, if you're unsure, because a situation can seem to have aspects of flow and not flow in it, how are you going to decide? Or if you just don't know, the most crucial thing as ever is to meditate, is to go to a quiet place, is to take some time to yourself, go into that inner space inside and listen. Whatever spiritual practice works for you, really go inside, really listen, and allow the intuition to come through. It might come from a sign in the environment, or it'll come from that still place. But if in doubt, go to that still place and allow it to come. The crucial thing to understand is that if you are coming up against a lot of resistance and it's really hard and it's really difficult and you're really struggling, it's not necessarily that it's the wrong path for you, but it might be not the best way to do it. It's either that your goal or what you're moving towards is not right for you, or the way in which you're trying to do it is not right for you. So what you need to do is step back. So this meditation and this going into this still space has two functions. One, it allows you to get clear on where you do need to be going, and also it just gives you that breathing space. Okay, so it really is important that you do that. If you allow yourself to come back into that stillness, you will start to feel the right path or the right way coming through for you. Notice what feels like relief, what feels like the next logical step, what feels like joy for you, and allow yourself to be led. But you've got to get into that still space first in order to feel that guidance and in order to feel led. Okay, so if in doubt and whatever, if you find that yourself on the path and you think on the wrong path or there's resistance on the path, stop, take a breath, don't move any further forwards unless you know, I mean, obviously sometimes we're in the middle of work or whatever, we can't literally just stop and meditate, but just make that time to go inwards. And this is going to help you to clarify, is this the wrong way for me? Or is it just that I'm going about it the wrong way? Meditation allows you to open your mind to all possibilities. And remember that Source always has a solution for you. So the solution is there, even if you can't see it. So trust, have faith, and allow yourself to be guided to the solution. Guys, I hope you have an amazing week. So much love to you. I hope this has helped you, and I'll speak to you on the next video. Mwah.